After driving away, cameras captured the pop princess making then an illegal U-turn. Then she sped off at speeds of 60 to 70 miles an hour on a road with a speed limit of just 35. Yeah, I hear that tire. Yeah, all right. Finally, by the way, she was apparently also texting on her cell phone while driving. Joining us now is MSNBC senior legal analyst and a former prosecutor, Susan Filan, and criminal defense attorney David Schwartz. We appreciate you both, and your knowing smiles tell it all. Although, I mean, if the photographer was really close, I mean, maybe she was just trying to get away from them. But then all the other lists of things that she did following that. Susan, do you think this video is going to be used against her?
Yeah, I do. I think it's really, really troublesome for a judge to allow a mom with two very young children to drive with those children in the car when she repeatedly demonstrates that she doesn't think the rules apply to her. And it's not just technical rules violations. She's just not safe on the road.
Yeah, David, an emergency hearing was called at Kevin Federline's request after another videotape apparently emerged of her driving through a red light with her two sons in the car. Her lawyer again claimed she was being mobbed by photographers. I mean, how do you defend? Is that a defense, basically?
Absolutely a defense. I mean, you know, she's being mobbed by these photographers. We can't judge whether she's an unsafe driver just from that videotape. She's being mobbed. She's got to get out of that situation, and she's trying to get out of it the best that she can. You know, she's a troubled person. There's no question about it. She needs some help. Maybe she needs some more driving lessons, but that's what we do as criminal attorneys.
I mean, if you do it once, but what if you, like, repeatedly, you're getting videotape after videotape? I mean, does that make it more difficult?
Well, it's not the crime of the century. You know, let's face it, there's a lot of bad drivers out there, and it's not a crime just to be a bad driver.
This isn't about crimes. This is about baby
safety of her children. Right. And speaking to that, Susan, Britney right now allowed to see her sons twice a week, with a court-appointed monitor. Do you think that that could change based on what we're hearing?
Well, I think what could change is whether she's allowed to drive them at all. And I remember part of the story being the court-appointed monitor was actually ducking down under the dashboard as Britney was running a red light while she was texting with the two kids in the back. So you could order a court-appointed monitor to be in the car, and the monitor could say, "Judge, I'm not getting in the car with her." And if the monitor won't, how can the kids? Answer, Britney, hire a driver. Get a limo. That'll take away your difficulties with the paparazzi. You won't have anybody's feet being run over at your expense, and your kids will be safe.
But she has a right to drive her car. She has a right to drive her own car.
But maybe not with her kids in it, and that's what may be at issue at this hearing. She may be allowed to drive, but she may not be able to allowed to drive with her kids in the car.
David, right now, I mean, what's the biggest thing against Britney in terms of the potential that she could lose her children? Obviously, that's what she's fighting right now to keep. What do you think the biggest obstacle she has is?
Yeah, I mean, I think she has to be squeaky clean. I mean, these incidents after incident after incident is just unacceptable. So if you're her attorney, you want to try to make her as squeaky clean as possible. Sometimes clients don't always listen to their attorneys, and that's probably what's happening in this particular case.
I don't think she has a lawyer right now. I think the last lawyer that quit hasn't yet been replaced.
Well, Susan, did you want the job?
Amy, do you want to do it?
Can we end on this awkward note? I think that might be a good thing. David Schwartz, Susan Filan, thank you both. We appreciate it.